Guys, Dave Mason here from The Niche Lifestyle. I want to start off this new year one with a quote, and it goes like this: making big life changes is scary. Do you know what's even scarier? Regret. If you look at my Facebook page, you see regret all over it, and regret drives the shit out of me. So why else does this resonate with me? For most of you who saw my video from December, I quoted Einstein's definition of insanity. And in it, I spoke about people who do things over and over and over again, always expecting different outcomes. So why is this important? And again, I am getting a bit nostalgic because, let me give you my 2 cents worth and ask a couple of questions. How many of us have made resolutions for the year? I want to get fitter, I want to get stronger, I want to join a sporting team. But 27 days into this new year, you've fallen off the bandwagon. Why is that? Why do people choose, our comfort zones over real change? Let me give you a bit of my experience or my take on this, and it is a personal experience. It's my personal take, so take it or leave it. I've been a operations manager for the last 12 years. I've managed 6 different businesses and a non-profit organisation. Now, 80% of doing what I do requires me to manage people, change management. And these 2 things I can guarantee you, 2 things guaranteed to bring about sustainable behavioural change. One is deep reflection. You go into a cave or a monastery and you meditate for 20 years, you come out the other side and you've got the meaning of life. It's about 2%. The other 98% from my perspective is the only thing that brings about sustainable behavioural change is a traumatic or dramatic event. Here's a couple of examples. Someone posts a picture of you on social media. You've stacked on 20 kilos. Traumatic or dramatic event. So you do something about it. Go to the gym. Watch what you eat. Traumatic event or regret? A 20-year smoker, chain smoker. And this is close to home, I understand that. But we've got to learn from this sort of stuff. Finds out they've got the big C. Traumatic event. Gives up smoking. So why is this important? As a manager or as an organizer of these businesses and organizations, I was the arbitrator or the deliverer of this type of information. So these 4 things I had to be mindful of. One is knowing the person that I had to give this information to. 2 is the type of information I was going to use to deliver that information. 3, how I was going to deliver that information. Now, was I going to be formal? Was I going to be informal? But I knew the message had to hit home. And 4, more importantly, that person understood why that information was important to bring about sustainable behavioural change. Because if you can't get buy-in, if you don't fully understand, if you don't know why the change is required, guess what? No change. Regret. And life's full of regrets, guys. So I suppose my point to you today is pretty simple. You know, traumatic events are hitting us in the face all the time. We either choose to take them on, choose to learn from them, or we ignore them. But the one thing I do know is pretty simple. The answer to improving everything that happens around you stares you in the face every single time, every single morning. So it doesn't have to be huge changes. It can be small changes. But whatever you decide to do, know why you're changing. Know why it's required. And that will drive the behaviour to improve the change. That's my message for today. Hope you learned something. And I'll see you next week. Catch ya.